Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video, we are going to be building a membership website. This is going to be a website whereby people can create accounts and have special perks. Take for example, if you run a website or a blog where you write premium content and want to offer this premium content only to paid members, then this tutorial is for you. We are going to use all free tools so that you can create content and people will pay for it before they can access it. So without much ado, let us get on to my computer. So the first thing you need if you want to run any sort of website is that you need hosting. In our case, I'm going to be recommending Hostinger. Hostinger is one of the best hosting providers in the market and one of the most popular right now. And you can see if you use my link in the description, it brings you to this page where you can claim this deal. I'll advise you to go with the premium. You can host up to 100 websites. And what you just need to do is to come here, choose plan. Click on choose plan. And then it's going to bring you to this page. You can just create your account and the next process is very easy. My second option is A2 hosting. Right now, they are offering an 84% discount on all hosting plans. And if you use my link in the description, you'll get even more. So this shared hosting is going to cost, it starts from $195 per month. So click on that and you can come and choose your option here. You can see Hostinger is giving you this one at $299 per month, but A2 is giving it at $195 per month. But this is just for one website. That's the catch. You can go with $395 per month for unlimited websites. Meanwhile, Hostinger gives you 100 websites. But the difference is that A2 is way faster than Hostinger and gives you more speed than Hostinger. I will choose this drive plan, but if you need just one website, you can choose the startup plan. So link in the description to get this discount and even more. And the next is WPX.net. It is more pricey than both A2 hosting and Hostinger, but trust me, it is worth every dime. So if you come here, it starts from $20 per month. If you want to write maybe 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 blog posts on your website, I will highly advise that you go with WPX.net. It's actually the fastest website, shared hosting website in the market. So that said, let us move on to build the website. So since this is a domain name which I already use, I'm on the back end of my website. This is the dashboard. This is a domain name which I already used. So I just want to come first of all and create pages. I want to create pages. Come to all pages. For you, you are not going to have most of these, but for me, I already have my home page. I will just do a design here. I'm going to install a plugin. I have this plugin called Envato Elements installed. Let me come to add new. I already have it installed. I want to show you how it appears on the WordPress repository. So this is it, Envato Elements, and it's going to give me the opportunity to import some custom presets. That's an entire website. Go to free kits. So let's say this is a blog. I want a blog. You can choose any of these layouts here. Let's say this is a sports vlog. You can do that. Go to the next page. I'll just use this one. Install kit. And then I want to install. So I've installed the kit. Let me view the kit. I want to import some of this into my website. I'm going to use this one. So I'm just going to insert template. And it's going to be inserted into my home page. It's 13%. I have imported that layout and this is it on the home page of my website. So I'll just go ahead and publish it. Now come to your settings, come to reading, and then you want to make sure that your home page is actually the home page here. So if I preview this on my front end, you see this is my home page. Now I want to add blog posts, articles, which I'm going to restrict so that only paid members can be able to access them. The first thing you need to do is to come to post, all post, and I have just these two here. I'm going to go ahead and create other content and then I'll get back to you. I now have these 3 blog posts here. you can see breaking the cycle of debt. If I open and view this in a new page, you see the heading. Not particularly the best blog post in the world, but it does the trick. So I'll just close this out. What I want to do for each blog post, I want to do something very, very, very important, which is just click on quick edit. And you see here, we have all of these. Now I'll click on edit. Actually, I'll edit it fully. Let me reload this. We cannot do that using quick edit. Let me just edit this. And as it opens on this page, I want to give each of these a tag. So you see tags here. I want to name this maybe starter. Starter. So I'm going to give this tag to all our blog posts. I'll call this starter. I'll update that. I'll come to the next one. I'll do the same thing. Now these tags are going to be used when we want to restrict content. It's going to be one of the display conditions. Starter. Let me just copy this. I'll copy. Enter. Update. I'll do the same thing here. Go to tag. I'll paste this here. That's it. So we have these 3 blog posts. Now, if I now come to pages, you see all pages. We have home. Let me trash this. We are going to do everything from scratch. We have home and we also have about us. Now, the next thing we need to do is we need to add some user roles. We need to add some user roles. By default, if I come to settings and I come to general, we are going to see that we have the default subscriber, contributor, author, editor, and administrator. Those are the default roles that we have as on our website. All these other 2, I created them by myself. So I want you to toggle on membership. Anyone can register. So go ahead and save changes. So how did I add these 2 roles? Come to plugins, add new, go to add new and look for a plugin called edit role. Edit role. So you see user role editor. This is the plugin we want to use. Install that. Now that it is installed, you can reload your website. I'll reload that again. So now, when it comes to user roles, go to, you see it says add new user. Add new user. You can click there. I can't add it from, and the reason is because I've not activated that plugin. If I come back here, I will just activate this. So when it's activated, I'll reload that page again. And then now, if I look at users, you see edit user roles. I'm going to click on that. So if I want to add any role, let's just say start. I already created starter. So I'm going to look for start. Now this is starter, which I'd already created. So I want to create a new one. Now let me just delete a role. Let me delete starter. I'll delete that, and then I want to create it from scratch. I'll also delete premium. I'll say delete role. Yes, I'll delete premium, and that is that. Now I want to add a new role. I'll click on add role, and then I'll say starter, which is just going to be the premium role. I'll make this to be lowercase starter, and then I'm going to say starter. So that is that, and I'm going to add role. So if I now come back to my user role, all users, no, not there. Let's come to settings, come to general. And then now you are going to see that we have starter, and you can put it starter plan. Now I think I should add that starter plan. Let me come to user roles, user role, and then I will delete the user role and create it from scratch. Let me delete this starter. I'll add it from scratch. I'll just say starter here. And then here, I'm going to say starter plan. And I'm going to add that role. Having created the user roles, the next thing we want to do is to create a system whereby we can restrict content to particular users. There are several ways to do this. There are paid tools, there are premium tools, but like we said at the beginning, we want to use only free tools. So we are going to use this plugin called Content Control. This particular one is by Code Atlantic. You can either download it from here, or you can just come to your WordPress dashboard. I'll come to plugins, I'll click on add new, and I'll look for Content Control. And probably the first result, this is it, Code Atlantic. Click on install. You can now activate it. It's activated. So you will not see it on this left hand panel here because it's a very, very lightweight plugin. How do you find it? Come to settings and then you'll see content control here. Just click on that. And then you see I already had this. Let me delete this. This was a demo. Delete permanently and confirm delete. So we want to start everything from scratch. So when you see here, we have nothing. So click on add restrictions. Add restrictions. And for this, we want to see starter. Let's just say this is starter. We want to name this restriction to be starter. And then the user roles. Let's just say logged in users. It's going to be for logged in users. And then any user role. Any. Let's say matching this. And we want to restrict this membership plan to only those on the starter plan. So we are creating a user role for those who will be able to access this content which we want to create. Now, you could also add this for logged out users, but it's going to make the process a lot more complicated. Let's just use this as it is and click on add restriction. Now, we are not done here. Come to protection now. Here, okay, this is the starter plan. You can add a description here if you like. You can add a description if you like. Then come to protection. Now, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? What we want to do is that we want to redirect if somebody clicks on any content that is not available to if they are not yet, they've not yet created a plugin, a subscription, they have to be redirected to a page where they will create their account and make payment, and then they can be able to access this content. So we are going to see the protection. When user does not have access, the following options help control the experience. How do you want to protect your content? Redirect them. You can either redirect them to the login page. Now, if we redirect them to the login page, then it's going to take them to the WordPress administrator backend for them to log in, which is not what we want to do. We can redirect them to the home page, which is still not what we want to do. In some cases, you don't even want everybody to be able to access the content, just for particular people, maybe from particular URLs, maybe all people coming from Facebook. So any other person trying to access it directly should not even get the opportunity to pay. So that is when you will redirect them back to the URL, to the homepage rather. But in our case, we want to redirect them to a custom URL. That is a custom page which we are going to create right now. So let's come back. I'll open my website on the new page. Let's come to all pages. I want to create a new page called subscribe. So this page is where I'm going to create my form. I'm going to create my subscription form. So I'm going to say subscribe. And then I'm just going to publish this. I'll publish this. And then I want to view the page. So I'll copy this URL. I'll come back to content control and add it here. Paste it here and make sure to hit enter. So it's going to redirect them to this page. If somebody tries to access content which they are restricted from, it's going to redirect them to this page. So I'm going to say save restriction, and I'm not yet done because I need to let me come now to content. So which content should be restricted. I can add a rule here, and for this rule I'll see is maybe the block index. So you can filter the content you want to restrict. Now look, there are so many options here. Content is not a format with ID, so you can put some IDs on particular ones, and then if any content does not have one of those IDs, then you include those without IDs, and then here you can instead include those with the IDs. Now you can choose post of a selected format, maybe video post and all that. So you can restrict them here by different parameters. So is the home page, you can restrict the home page, and then you can restrict every other page that is not the home page, that's except the home page. You can exclude blog post. You can that's the block index. You can include block indexes, so nobody without a subscription can access the block index. So you can instead exclude block index, so people without a subscription can only access blogs. And what this is search result pages. You can do the same thing there. Let me scroll down again. Let me scroll down. You can see you can restrict a particular post. So let me select that one. It's a post, and then you can add rule. The rule here, I want to search for a tag. So you can see here, content is a post with a tag. Remember, we gave each of those blog posts a tag called starter. I'll click there, and then it's going to ask me for the tag. And here it appears starter. That is the only tag we have, starter. So I've selected. So all posts with that tag, starter. Or maybe you could change the post tag to money or finance or anything. Maybe you have different posts. You want to restrict those posts which concern money, or those posts which concern personal finance. You can just tag them, and this is how I did it. There are different ways to add rules. So I'm going to first of all enable this, and then I'm going to click on save. So it's saved, and you see it here. It is now on. Now if I come now to the front end of my website, you see, let me restart this. We don't have this here. I can add a blog post archive here. I can add a blog post archive, and then that is going to be my blogs. So what do I want to do is I want to install another plugin. Let me go to add new, and then I'll look for a plugin called Post Grid. Post Grid. So this is it. I think this is the Post Grid we are looking for. This is Post Grid. So this is what I'm going to use to place my blog posts on a particular page. Let me activate that. I will now come to, for all of this, I can just save that. I will now come to pages. I want to add a new page. And then I want to call this blog. I want to name this page blog. I'll name it blog. And then I'll publish that. And then I want to edit with Elementor. There you have it. First of all, I want to come to settings. I want to hide the title. And then I want to come back here, and you see Post Grid, the Post Grid. I'll just drag this and put it here. So you see all my posts. These are my posts. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'll publish that. And if I now come back to my back end, the back end of my website, let me come to dashboard. If I come to dashboard and come to not appearance, come to settings, come to reading, I want to select my post page. I'll select that blog, and I'll save change. Now I want to come to appearance. I want to come to menus. I'll remove this. I want to add this blog page to my menu. So I'll add that. to my menu, and that is that. I'll save change. If I now come to the home, let me reload this, my home page. You see blog. So if I click on blog, these are my posts. Now, normally, since we've not restricted this, if I click on this, it opens. But we want to do some restrictions. And we've created the restriction settings, but we have not created how they are going to be restricted. So let's come now, and we want to create a form. Remember, we created a page called subscribe, but there is nothing on it yet. Let's come to plugins. We want to create a form. Now, if people are being restricted, they should be redirected to that page called subscribe. They have to be redirected to that page called subscribe. And then when they subscribe, they are supposed to be able to access that post. So that is what we want to do right now. So how do we create a subscription form? You can use, there are several options you can use. You can use, things like WP Forms. It has a payment gateway, but since we want to use all free tools, I'm going to use one called Forminator. Come to add new and look for Forminator. And this is Forminator. This one by WPMU Dev. I'll install that. It's installing. And then I'll activate Forminator. So here is Forminator. Come to the dashboard. And I already have a form which I created. I want to delete that, and let's start this from scratch. I will delete this here. Delete. Let's start this from scratch. So I'll click on, come to dashboard. I want to click on create. I want to create a new form. So it's going to give you some layouts. So since we are creating a subscription form, we can use this one called registration, or this one called login. Let me preview this one. See the way it looks here. So this is it. I'll click on use template and user registration. Yes, I'll see. We can just say startup plan. Yes, anyway, user registration is still good. Registration. User registration. Click on create. And it has gone and created. Let me preview this. So this is how it looks. There is no styling on it. I'll turn that off. Now, one thing which is missing from here is the payment gateway. So let me click on add new field, and then you can use Stripe or PayPal here for free. So I want to use Stripe. Let me click on insert field. Now for Stripe, you see credit, debit card, that's a label. The card icons, it should show. Postal code, I don't care about that. Come to settings. Now, on settings, you have to choose your currency. I'm going to do this on the test server. Choose your currency, USD, and then your payment plan. Let's say plan 1. Let's just call this starter. We'll just call that starter. I want to make this to be $10. So that's going to be $10. Now, let's come to advanced. We can leave that the way it is, settings. Now, if I go to live, let's go to test. You are going to have to add your Stripe credentials, like your live key, your secret key, your payment, your publishable key and publishable secret. So you are going to have to add all of those there. So if I come now to apply, that is that. Because I had already done this on this website before, that is why you see they didn't ask me for those Stripe credentials. But if you are doing this for the first time, you are going to be asked to provide your Stripe payment credentials. And the good thing is that they are very easy to access. I'll click on publish. It's publishing the form. Okay, it has given me this shortcode. Now let me copy this, and then I want to preview this. I want to preview. So you see, it's going to give me the opportunity for people to put in their credentials here. I want to go back to that subscribe page. Let me edit this with Elementor. Now this is the page. I want to hide the title, and then I want to bring a shortcode widget, and I want to add it here in the middle. Then I'm going to paste this. So what I want to do is I want to reduce the width of this to be, let's say 600, because it's a very small form. 600. I want to publish this, and if I preview this, it's not going to show me anything because I am already logged in as the admin. Now what I can do is that I can come to pages, open that page, copy that page link, and view the form in real time on another browser. Let me copy link address. If I come here to this and I paste that, since I'm not logged in here, I'm logged in here. Let me log out. And then let me paste that form here, that form page. So this is how the form looks. You can style this as much as you want. If I come back to Forminator, where's Forminator? If I come back to Forminator, come to Forms, and then I come to Edit. And then you come to Appearance. You can style this as much as you want. That is all up to you. But this is not a tutorial about styling. So what I want to do now is I want to come back to my website, and then want to use some automation, which is going to send people from the page. When they click to access the page, they are sent to the registration page and back. Now, but before we do that, let me just go ahead and show you how this website performs at this moment. If I come to this new tab where I'm logged out of this website, and you can see, let me come to the blog page. It shows me previews of this page, it just shows me the title and pictures and all that. Let's see if I attempt to open this blog post. Let me click there. You see, it redirects me to this page. And it tells me that I just need to register. When we're doing the content restriction, you could add a message here which says you don't have permission to access this post. Go ahead and subscribe. We could add that, but I did not add that. But obviously, it shows here. Now, on this page, I can add this on the subscribe page. On that subscribe page, where is it? I'm very guilty sometimes of having too many pages open. I want to come to the subscribe page. Let me come to the subscribe page, and then I want to add that notice there. I'll click on all pages, and let me see, I want to edit with Elementor. Now, this is the page. I can add something on top of here. Let me just duplicate this. Let's say I duplicate this, and then I want to add this instead of a widget, instead of a shortcode. I want to put some text here. Let me duplicate this, and then I'll add text here. I'll add text. Where's the text? Text editor. Let me add it here. I want to delete this, and I want to say you can only access this content when you subscribe to the starter plan. Now, I want to style this I'll make it black, and I'll center it, and I'll also say Poppins. Poppins. And I can also increase the size to 25. Then I'll make it 700. And then I want to give it a top margin too of, let's say, 100. And let's paste it here. If I now come back to this page wherein I was logged out, let me come back to post. And if I click on this, you now see, shows me this notice. You can only access this content when you subscribe to the starter plan. So we are almost done with the website, but there is one more thing which is very important if you want this website to work pretty well. Now that people are able to create accounts on your website, what next? If we leave it at this stage, nothing is going to happen after they pay, and they are going to consider your website to be a scam. So to fill this all up, to seal this all up, let us come to plugins. Let's look for a plugin called Uncanny Automator. Uncanny, just search for Uncanny. And this is it, Uncanny Automator. It's a very, very useful, it's a super useful plugin. I'm surprised not too many people use it. I'm told it's only on 40,000 plus websites. Perhaps it's too difficult for some people, but we'll make it very easy here. This plugin is going to have what we call triggers and actions. So you can go ahead and create a free account here, but it's not necessary. I'll just click on skip this. Skip for now. Now, we are going to be able, just maybe later, we are going to be able to create recipes here. So create my first recipe. Want to create a first recipe, and it's going to bring this pop-up. And this should be for everyone, not for locked-in users, but for everyone. For everyone. So let me click on this. I hope I'm not making a mistake. No, not for everyone, but for locked-in users only. Sorry for my mistake. I just did another work like this, and it was for everyone. It's a bit confusing. For locked-in users, because once that person pays, they are locked in. So I'll click on confirm. It's setting up recipe. So it already detects the plugins we have. We have Elementor, but we are not going to be working with Elementor here. We want to look for Forminator. So for Forminator, it gives me this option. This one is a pro. Once a user submits the form, we'll add that as a recipe, as a trigger rather. So that's the trigger. Then what will be the action? The action, we are going to use WordPress. And the action will be to change the user role. Change user's role to a new role. Yes, that's the user role. So what will be the new role is going to be starter, of course. Starter. So that is that. We can save that. So we can save that, and we can also go to this one and put it on, turn it on from draft to live. Did I make a mistake here? It's not coming on. Change it to live. A minute here. It's supposed to be coming on. I didn't save here. I'll save that. It is now live. So what is going to happen is that once the Forminator form on the subscribe page, that is this form, once this form is filled, it's going to redirect them. It's going to change their user role from no user at all to a starter. And it is starter which gives them ability to read posts on our website. So that is how it works in a nutshell. So that is how you create a membership website on WordPress. If you have any difficulties or any questions, just post them in the comment section of this video. And if you have not liked my video, if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do so. God bless you. Peace.